Hey guys, it's Brittany. So, today's going to be a popcorn chat video, and today I'll be discussing on the film Terrifier. And it is a terrifying movie. No pun intended. Well, I don't know if that is a pun. It might be. Okay, so Terrifier is an independent slasher film directed by Damien Leone and written by Damien Leone, starring Jenna Kennel, Samantha Scafidi, and David Howard Thorne as Art the Clown. So it was released it was released in theaters out here in the US March 15th, 2018. And it is scary. This is just brutal and gruesome and graphic. And so is part 2. Now part 3 is coming out in theaters in October 11th. So, and I think there's some early showings, so I think there are those who have already seen it, and there already have been reviews of those who have seen Terrifier 3. So yeah, but this is the first one. So now, of course, when it came out, I have heard of it, but I've never seen it at that time. But I think when I did first watch Terrifier, I might have to look back on that. I can't remember if it was either a year after that or if it was 2 years after that. I don't remember, but I would have to definitely see if it shows it on my Letterboxd account, if it shows the first time that I did watch it. So yes, the story. Now the story to Terrifier, it is just is bizarre, and it's just horrifying and just graphic and gruesome and brutal. And so I remember upon watching it, now the thing is, I didn't know what kind of like clown movie this was gonna be, but this turned out very different than what I had thought. You know, of course, this turned out way different, and I would say probably more terrifying and probably more graphic and gruesome than it, you know, of Pennywise. Now, I would say Pennywise is still a scary clown, although he's not a clown. It is more of an entity that takes form of your worst fears, but mostly takes form of a scary clown. So I still don't like Pennywise. So Pennywise still, of course, still terrifies me. But I think with Art the Clown, he terrifies me probably a little more, and probably in a whole different way than Pennywise, because Art the Clown is in fact, I think he's human, but at the same time, I feel like at the same time there's something about him that doesn't seem human. I feel like there's something where even though he looks human, but he's not, because I feel like there's something very supernatural about him, because as we can see is that just when we thought he died in the first one, he didn't die. He came back, and same thing with part two, that just when we thought that Sienna killed him, and just when I thought he was probably gone for good, that he came back in the most beyond disturbing way. Oh, I do not want to get into that of the details to how he came back. And yeah, it just seems like there's something, like I said, supernatural about him, where even if you think you found ways to kill him, now he might look dead at first, but actually he can't die. Okay, so I did check my Letterboxd account, although it didn't show the first time that I did watch it, because I think, from what I believe, is that when I did first watch Terrifier, yeah, I believe it was, honestly, I think it had to be in 2020, only because I remember hearing about it and I had never seen it, and so I thought, okay, because I remember thinking this, I thought, okay, I know that I've seen it, but I think this was, you know, like one of chapter 1, chapter 2, but like I said, Pennywise terrifies me in a whole different way. No, I'm sorry, I meant to say, okay, I meant to say that Art the Clown, he terrifies me a little bit more on a whole different level than Pennywise. But the thing is, there's something supernatural about Art the Clown because he can't die. And so my question is, though, now he has like these sharp teeth, and I'm guessing, is that the reason to why he doesn't talk, or is there another reason to why he doesn't speak? I don't know, but I would say this: even if he did spoke, and let's say if he had this very eerie, dark, menacing, voice, let's say even if he did spoke, I would still be terrified of him. But since he doesn't speak and he makes these very unnerving and very scary face expressions that he does, you know, really scary, then that itself, with his what he does and the unnerving, very scary face expressions that he does, is that alone is terrifying, even if he doesn't speak. So yeah, everything about Art the Clown is just like I would say monstrous, terrifying, and just pure evil. But yeah, that's what I gotta say about him. But David Howard Thornton does a really great job, and like so convincingly, like it's like utterly scary convincing that he can play Art the Clown so well, and like in the first, the second, and even now in the third, and oh boy. But anyway, we're discussing the first one here. So yeah, the music is good. And I just gotta say this, that the kill scenes in Terrifier are nothing like I've seen in any horror movie before. And it's just so graphic. It's, you know, gruesome, bloody, it's brutal. And yeah, and the one scene that I remember did end up seeing, which I wish I could have looked away, but I didn't. And it's the scene where, this woman, where she is chained up and she's hanging upside down, and he, I just gotta say, the first time I did watch it, I don't know, somehow I thought he got a different kind of sharp object to kill her in that way, so I thought it was something different when it wasn't. But when he had got a saw, a saw that you, I think a saw that you saw wood with, handle it uh, manually. So, okay, I do not want to get into details of that scene. It's just, honestly, it hurts to see that. Like, it hurts to see that, like, mentally and, visually. And it just leaves this unnerving pain in my stomach, and I'm just like, okay, no. And I remember even after that, I remember thinking I should have looked away. But yeah, I just remember thinking I should have looked away. And yeah, now of course I did look away. I remember I did cover my eyes, but at some point I thought, okay, is it over yet? And I remember still hearing something, so I remember as I'm covering my eyes, I would take a little peek, and as I'm still seeing that, and I'm just like, I'm squirming, and I'm just like, ugh, and I'm like, oh no, I'm just like, okay, no, 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 I can't see this. So that scene actually did traumatize me, because it's like I would never would imagine for anyone to die like that. Like, even if a fictional character, if they had to die in such a horrible way of that, of their private area. Like, oh no, it's like, that is the worst. Like, no, do not go there. So to me, that's just going too far. So I don't like that. But yeah, I just gotta say that now of course I do enjoy horror movies, although I just gotta say, when it comes to something that's really graphic, really gruesome, and if it shows a whole lot and it shows too much, then yeah, that I don't like. And what I don't like is when a character dies in such a horrible way, where if it's like any bodily harm, whether if it's something like that, or let's say it has to do with like tearing apart, like, the limbs, like the legs, the arms, or even uh someone being decapitated. I hate that. That just really makes my stomach turn, and I just don't like seeing that. Or when it comes to someone's throat being slashed, or when it comes to like a stab in the throat, or like even a stab right in the eye. Like, oh, it hurts to see that. So any bodily harm and someone's being killed that way, no matter which way you might see it, and no matter what part of the body it may be, I just don't like seeing that. It's just, like I said, it hurts to see that, and it just leaves this awful, unsettling feeling in my stomach when I see that, no matter if it's a horror movie or not, you know? Okay, yeah, I had to turn the light on because it was just getting dark. So, yeah, anyway, like I said, that is just me. But it's like, if a character is going to be killed that way, at least don't show it. And if we're gonna hear some screams, then at least leave it to the imagination, because I'm just the kind of person where I don't want to see everything. I don't want to see exactly to how gruesome, how graphic, how terrible it's gonna be of this character, dying in such a horrible way. Like I said, again, I don't like to see the graphic details because I don't need to see the details, even though they show it anyway. But that's just me. Um, yeah, because I just get really uneasy with that. But yeah, so that's the one part of the movie I think went too far and just, yeah, like, oh, no, no. But yeah, I think since then and since watching Terrifier has left me uh, probably even more scared of clowns. And and as I had mentioned before, that Art the Clown is the definition of to why those who are afraid of clowns, which I can relate to, that's why we like people like me who have a fear of clowns are completely afraid of them, because Art the Clown is the definition of to why we're afraid of them, because they're like nightmares, like they're this like nightmare supernatural entity of a clown that looks human but is not human, and that's how I see it. So yeah, so on with the movie. That, yeah, the kill scenes are, oh boy, no. I mean, they did a good job making it look real, but oh my gosh, like, that is just something I do not want to see. No. So yeah, everyone did such a good job, but yes, the story is just unnerving, especially with Art the Clown. And yeah, so like for those who got killed by him, I felt bad for. They got killed in the most horrible way, and of course each way is, you know, different, but still. Um, but yeah, so everyone did such a good job. Uh, the music is good, and even I would say even the costume design for Art the Clown, of how he's wearing this clown costume, although it's not like funny looking, but it's like white and black, and even the makeup. So the makeup of Art the Clown is scary to look at, and plus with David Howard Thornton as Art the Clown, and his performance is so eerie. I mean, it's very convincing, but it's just very uh, unsettling, and it's terrifying too. And of course, I think that's what makes it so convincing, because at that moment, I'm not thinking of the actor, of his really great performance as Art the Clown. I'm just really thinking, oh no, there's this horrible clown, out to get everyone. And so it's like it kind of makes you forget. And I think that's what's great about actors, is that they're so good with their performance that you're not thinking, um if you know what I mean. Like, somehow it's just so good, so convincing, that you're not really thinking. um I'm hearing something. But yeah, it's just so good where you're not even thinking at that moment of the actor themselves, but you're just so convinced, and it just feels real, and you're just you're only thinking of the character. And it depends to what the character makes you feel towards them, whether if you feel like they're very likable or not likable, and you feel like maybe you hate that character, you're angry at them, or maybe that because they're likable that somehow you maybe are fond of that character, and maybe you feel somewhat a close connection with a character, whether you relate to them or like it's just different. Or let's say if it's one of those characters where you're so scared and you feel so unsettled with, and that could happen. But yeah. But yes, David Howard Thorne did an amazing job with Art the Clown, because again, it's just so convincing, but in a very eerie, terrifying, unsettling way. And yeah, it's like, and yeah, that's where when I do see Art the Clown, I'm not thinking of the actor, I'm just thinking of the character, because that's how good he is, as an actor doing his job, putting on this performance of this terrifying killer clown. So yeah, so it's like when I see him, see him in makeup as Art the Clown, I feel absolutely terrified, because I'm like, no, I'm scared of clowns. And not just that, but knowing that this one is a killer clown, and the way he kills is so horrible, so disturbing, and very monstrous. And yeah, that's what makes me so terrified of Art the Clown, because of that, and because there's just something, like I said, something supernatural about him. And I feel like Art the Clown is just like, I feel that he's just nothing but pure evil. So yeah. But yeah, I gotta say, it is a good movie. I just don't like to see the kill scenes. It's just too much. But of course, it gets more. It gets more worse in 2, but I don't know how worse. I don't know how bad it's gonna be in 3. So that I don't know. I'm completely clueless. But I can imagine just how bad it's gonna be in 3. So, oh no. But anyway, yeah, I just want to say that, yeah, the costume designs and the makeup is also so convincing, which together with his performance as Art the Clown makes it just all very convincing and terrifying. So it's like, oh, you know. But yeah, it really has me terrified of that character, and for good reason, you know. But yeah, so yeah, the story is scary and brutal, and the performances are good, the music is good, and everyone who worked hard on this movie to make it look real and so graphic and everything, you know, they did a good job. And but yeah, so that is my film discussion on Terrifier. And so yes, now because we're getting close to October, which I'm very excited about, so I am going to do I'm planning to do some videos, some spooky videos in October. So of course I'm going to be reviewing more horror movies, and of course I'm also going to be doing videos on Terrifier and Terrifier 2, but so far I'm not going to do one on 3, because once I do see 3 then I'll do that, but for now it's going to be 1 and 2. So yes, I'm also, because I haven't done this yet, but I'm gonna do a back in time watches video of sharing the memory of the very first time that I did watch Terrifier and the first time that I watched Terrifier 2. So that I will be doing. And yes, I'm also gonna be doing videos on Halloween, so yeah, look forward to that. And I don't know what videos I'm going to do on Halloween, but you know, it's gonna be something. So it's gonna be something fun. It's gonna be spooky and everything. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this popcorn chat on Terrifier. So for more movie content, reaction streams, and the paranormal, subscribe and click on the bell so you'll be notified when I upload. That's all for today, and I'll see you at the movies.